posts. For those who are just joining us, we got a good one tonight. And once this tech loads up, we'll start giving you some good A's. Bam. Industrial corn. Give me a little something here. Bam. Some Lone Elm. Did you pour this?
No, you did. You did earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're going Lone Elm small batch. Drink this real quick and just let me know what you think that proof is.
Maybe like a 94.
It's a 121.
Oh shit.
Yeah, tell me that isn't awesome.
No way.
Yeah, that's a 121.
Now I feel like a true drunk.
No, truly. That
like
shows that you know your shit.
I feel like I drink too much, man. Shit. If I
What's
said
up,
no
Larry
to
Adams?
94,
No, but it's smooth, isn't it?
not bad at all. My alcohol palate is a lot better than my cigar palate.
No, I'm a pussy. So.
I gotta develop that. Pops is like, what are you tasting? Like, shit, I don't know.
Smoke.
Sean Ratz, what's up? Chris Pennington's in. Larry Adams, how's the birthday
Larry's
boy?
in. Julie's in. Kevin is in from Georgia.
Get ready here in about...
Do I need to reactivate my Facebook account?
No, here, I'll put this here so you can see.
I'm just messing with you.
Because sometimes it... So you'll see these things coming through here.
I had to get off Facebook because I was being investigated. I'm joking.
We'll talk about that.
That's a joke.
We'll talk about that.
That's a joke.
In about 45 seconds, give this a share, will you? Don't share it too early.
I'm like, oh, there's the cue. That's
Larry Adams is wondering how the birthday boy is doing. It took me a couple of days to recuperate, and I don't even drink, but it took me a couple of days to recuperate from
Track day.
to party to the party was over the top.
Hang on, we'll talk about that. We'll
was
talk about
crazy.
your
I
weekend.
know, man.
We'll talk about your weekend.
I hate I missed it.
I know. Where were you at?
Being investigated.
There you go.
Man, this lighting's looking good
Hiding
today.
from the people.
Slide this way for me a little bit there. Yep, there we go.
You know, this pink really highlights.
Now
my
the pink
skin
pops
tone.
there.
That's my favorite
6,
color to wear.
That
5,
concerns me.
4. We live.
We're live on the internets.
On the internet.
That's it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm drinking straight vodka.
Straight
today.
vodka.
Yeah. Piss on you guys.
Now if you're
Cheers.
watching this, give this a share. This is Tuesday night.
Cigar talk. Bring it
Awkward
around.
white guy high five all the way around.
That's it. It works.
This is going to be a good one. This is our Tuesday get together, which used to be Cigars 101. But what we found was it was just better to smoke a cigar, have a drink, enjoy a cigar with the fine people who come in and join us every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And if you have questions, please feel free to pass them through. We'll digest through here. We'll run through it. We got Sid in. We got Zach Patterson in.
Chiming in from the land of entrapment.
I think Land of Entrapment.
What would that be?
I'm thinking like,
like
Illinois.
Silicon Valley, I think.
Sounds
California.
California. Where are you coming in from, Zach?
I don't know. I think about that movie with Kirk Douglas though. When I hear Entrapment, what was the name of that movie? With Catherine Zeta-Jones, is that something like that?
It could be.
Indecent Proposal or something like that. I don't know.
Ooh, that's it. You know what? Already coming in hot. To the right, who are you? Tell these fine folks who you are.
I'm just Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
love this
DC,
place.
JJ. We got it. We got multiple names for him.
Home away from home.
New Mexico. Zach Patterson is coming in from New Mexico.
Mexico.
I didn't know that was an entrapment place.
Me either. Maybe we'll have to Google that.
Maybe they're just trapping Mexicans or something. I don't know what they're doing.
It's on the interwebs.
That's it.
We'll look it up for sure.
So Sean said I don't look a day older than 60 tonight. So I'm about 3 days over, but
So you're holding up well.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. feeling good.
So this weekend, I'm actually quite interested what everyone is smoking here as I get ready to fire this up.
Yeah, I'm smoking one of my top 5 favorite cigars that I've ever smoked ever, which is the Partagas 160s. We were able to score some more. This cigar, the tobacco, now I'll have you guys reference that point that I did turn 60 this weekend. And this particular cigar, the tobacco in this cigar was grown when I was 11. You weren't even an idea at that point.
I think I was floating around somewhere at that age.
Yeah.
At that point.
Maybe. But, so this tobacco was grown in 72, the wrapper was 77, and it is spectacular. Just spectacular.
Yeah, I'm not much of a Partagas or a General guy in general.
In general.
But
this was well before General took over Partagas, that's for sure.
What are you smoking on?
I'm smoking a Bocock Brothers tonight. World Traveler.
First time, right?
Very first time. Thanks to Nate. So since I like this cigar, there will not be a sumo contest at Industrial.
Hold it. What do you mean there won't be a sumo wrestling?
So I told Nate if I didn't like this cigar, he and I, we were going to wrestle. We were going to sumo
Whoa.
style it.
What I would give, is that first Friday, September? Sumo
First
wrestling?
Friday,
it's
September.
not.
Inflatable sumo suits?
Yeah, but it's not going to happen now.
Oh, 'cause you liked it.
You like the cigar.
I like the cigar. Now, if you had to give me something that I didn't like, then we would have had to go all pay-per-view for first Friday.
Yeah.
It would have been on.
But no, but thankfully,
Thank you, Nate.
Good work, Nate.
Of my 3 sons, though, I'll give you some advice. Don't fight Nate. He has got gorilla strength.
I know.
It's
that
the
dude-
left. It's the left that he's got the strength. You don't see it coming, but
Yes.
that left.
He's a lefty.
So am I.
When it
comes
so
to
it'll be a good
boxing,
fight.
Yeah, it'll be exciting.
It'll be a good fight then.
And I once carried one of my friends up the stairs, about 3 flights of stairs. He's about the size of Nate. And this man looks me in my eye and says, "You're strong as an ox." So it may be a good fight.
I've seen you in the gym. I've seen you in the gym. You're a strong guy.
That part. So Nate, you win today, buddy.
And I am going with the brand new, not even in our humidor yet. This is the Principal Cigars called the Martinique. For those who are, the way he put it was, it's an aviator level Connecticut wrapper. The way I asked Pops was, is it Atabey level?
It's definitely knocking on the door. I smoked that cigar last night. Outside, it held up great. It is.
That is immediately good. That is immediately sweet.
I've had some Connecticut cigars recently that just rocked my world, and one of them is the Bocock Brothers. They're Connecticut. Pichardo has a Connecticut, the Family Reserva.
Oh my
that
God.
thing is next level.
We're getting these, right?
Yeah, as soon as they become available.
Can I get a box?
Yeah. Can I get a box?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
shit
trust
is
me.
delicious. Oh my God, you aren't lying. All right, well, I'm going to be a bag of dog shit today because
Yeah,
that's all I'm
this-
going to be focused on.
Unfocused,
You ever
yeah.
have that cigar that go around people because you're not going to be able to just have a good conversation?
So I was telling Pops earlier, I started to light up a Commonwealth. So I was like, nah, I'm just not going to have time. And it was too many people in here.
Yep.
I
You
need
got to
that
concentrate on that.
moment. I
cigar.
need that moment, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Commonwealth, you
Yeah.
judge there are some of those cigars, I'm curious with those who are watching, what is that cigar that you're not going to smoke with other people?
Oh, that's it.
The Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Commonwealth, Atabey, Byron.
Yeah.
Larry Adams, he already knows everything about cigars because he smoked a Cuban. So, you ever notice that? Somebody that's actually had a Cuban, whether it was real or not, all of a sudden, de facto aficionado.
No, I don't think that's the case. If they come into the humidor and I'm kind of walking through it, and they go, I go, what do you usually smoke? What's your home base? And they go, I only smoke Cubans. I go, this isn't going to go well for the rest.
No.
No. I can see where you're at. I'm glad you're a cigar smoker. Let's just get you what you need and get you the fuck out of here. Because
That's
that's the type of guy that sits in the lounge and goes,
Yeah, this isn't as good as I thought.
no, they're the
Seriously.
type of guys that goes, oh, you guys are talking about Game of Thrones? Yeah, I read the books.
Yeah.
And the books are better.
Yeah.
Fuck out.
Yeah. Get
Cuban smokers are the book
Yeah.
readers.
It's like I remember being on vacation once, and I did a Cigar 101 when they were in person. Pops pulls out this fake Cuban, slices it open, and all you smell is ammonia.
Yeah.
So here I am on vacation, and this guy, he just bought like 15 of these. The cellophane wrapper. He's smelling the top of it because
He's smelling the
the
wrapper.
wrapper. He's smelling the wrapper.
That cellophane smells good.
And I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, this dude might not be alive in the morning because
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he's about to go smoke. And he was just excited. I mean, he was.
But more power to him. If he doesn't know what he's doing and he's gonna enjoy it, let it rock in my book.
Man. So he'll end up hating cigars because he's like, I remember that one time.
I got so sick in Mexico because I
hated
smoked
them.
that cigar and I got sick from that Cuban. And you get so many people who are like, Cubans are strong, aren't they? No, they're just dirty.
They're just
Yeah.
You're just dirty unless you get to the top.
As he pulls the stick out.
Yeah.
Where did this shit come from?
Toothpick? Yeah, there was a guy that Brett Cunningham sent us that message where they cut the cap and there was actually a nut, like a bolt and nut. It was inside the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've cut them open and pulled out staples, but the best one was the twist tie on Wonder Bread. There was one of those inside there. So when they say it scraps off the floor, it is scraps off the floor.
Wow.
Yeah. For real.
But going back, Chris talks about the Byron Venezianos, and that's also one of my favorite cigars ever. But when you talk about there's certain cigars that you just kind of need to get in the zone, get your mind right, and get inside the cigar and just really get everything out of it. One of my favorite stories was Jay Scott. Now, Jonathan Scott played left tackle in the NFL for 10 years. In fact, when Larry Adams was in town, Jay Scott walked through and he commented,
Rodney Smith brought it in. Dude, y'all need to drink unallocated. I know a guy that could get us some unallocated.
Yeah, how's
bring
that
it
going?
in. We got it.
got it.
Bring in unallocated, and it's here.
So Larry actually commented about that might be the largest human I've ever seen. When you're a left tackle in the NFL, and when Jonathan walks in, the lights
Dim down.
They dim down. So Jonathan is an extremely large dude, and when he gets into a cigar, he gets into a cigar. So one day he comes in and he gets a Byron, and he sits down, and there were two guests of a guest of ours that came in. And it was a husband and wife team. And the wife is one of these that is just full of energy. She has purple hair.
Enough said.
Full of energy, and she has purple hair. So anyway, she sits down, and it's just like...
I've got it. I'll bring it next week.
She's just like, so, where are you from? What do you do? Where you been? What have you been? What are you smoking? What do you do? And then Jonathan just looks at her and goes, ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to shut up.
No. But he did it much more classy, right?
Well,
he went over.
I thought that was classy.
Didn't he go over and say, "Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking"?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking.
Because have you seen him hop in the zone?
Yeah.
It's a different. There's a gravitational pull to watch him.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's
one of my my other favorite Jay Scott story was Jay Scott and I sitting when we had the chairs with the ottomans, feet up. I'd just come from work, nice clothes on and shit. And Jay Scott sits there, and I'm talking about how good this cigar pairs with Diet Dr. Pepper. So he takes a sip, and he takes a cigar, and he takes another sip, and he's got a mouthful, and I'm like, man, this goes good with Dr. Pepper. And it just hit him in a way that just became the funniest thing he's ever heard. And he spit his Diet Dr. Pepper all over my legs, on my shoes, all over everything, and just let it fly because he goes, it just wasn't something I was expecting to hear.
Yeah.
Was this conversation about Diet Dr. Pepper. But anyway.
Back to these oddities, what happened to those Pops? I mean,
they take up too much space.
Okay, that was literally the only reason I wanted to become a private member was for
the Ottomans.
So you had an Ottoman,
and they're gone.
Well, I mean, we
Like
still
a refund.
We still have the AIM shares.
We
got AIM shares.
Not the same. I mean,
without the we had two.
I like
look,
to put my feet up after a long day.
Can I call it the way it is for real?
What's the way?
Do you know how many times we had people fall asleep in there?
That's what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
I like to nap.
We have a lot of new people coming in. And we can't just be having people taking naps. And now it's turned into a thing where JJ, hope you're watching, can't be taking naps in here anymore.
No more naps.
Because I've now come to a point where this Saturday I gave 2 tours, and
Yeah.
he was kind of nodding off and went. The second one, I walked the 2 new guys to him, and I introduced him to a sleeping guy.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, this is JJ. JJ, this is the guys.
Yeah.
Here's the guys. Here you go. We can't be having people take naps.
Well, the other thing, just from a pure business perspective, is I can't sell cigars because you can't smoke cigars while you're sleeping.
I'll buy it.
So
Oh, you just buy a couple hours.
it just slows down the rate of
It
the
does.
cigar smoking.
It's like
Yeah.
I tell people, my mind is always racing. So there's 2 places where I'm guaranteed to take a nap: the barbershop and the dentist.
And the dentist.
I can't move.
Yeah.
There's not a damn thing I can
You
do.
just fall asleep?
Man, I'm out.
Oh, man.
I'm out.
No, my heart rate's too high. My blood pressure, I'm sweating and stuff. I don't
The
like the dentist.
Seriously?
I don't like the dentist. You got good teethus.
So, good what?
You got good teethus.
Hey.
You got good teethus. Though.
I got good teethus.
I got mama's
They're
teethus.
all in there.
Good teethus.
But it was.
Well,
great
Sean is
seeing
saying
you.
I may or may not have taken a power nap at one point in the lounge.
I have seen him take a power nap in a tent in the parking lot one time,
Oh, shit.
which doesn't sound as classy as taking a nap in the lounge. But so what I'm curious about, and I have a feeling I know the direction you're going. I'm going to keep it nice and easy softball, right?
Softball.
Because we've known each other for years. That's cool to say it that way.
Yeah.
You're someone that I've shared good times with, bad times with, difficult times with. We've worked our ass off together in the gym. We've had accountability with each other. I know who you are, you know who I am. And we know how we operate when we're tired. That says a lot.
Yeah.
To you, in this space and inside these 4 walls, and maybe outside these 4 walls, as you're making your way up to the Detroit area, what are some of the most important elements of the cigar world, of a cigar lounge? Why are you smoking cigars? Why are you here now?
Wow. Talk about a
Softball.
Shit. I may strike out or I may hit it over the fence. This is one of those swings where you like, oh yeah, I got this. Why am I here now? Honestly, it all started. I remember just coming in one day and got the tour. Said, yeah, I'm getting started. Pops was like, all right, I'll show you around. I think he gave me a Accomplice cigar. Smoked that. And then so I discovered Principle. And that's been like my go-to ever since. Like everybody knows Aviator, Koshan, I want them all.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you have them all. I
You
didn't know
have
you
them
were
all.
coming in as a newbie.
Yeah.
You came in through the doors as a
I was
newbie?
a newbie, man. I was just like doing this shit because it was it's like, okay, this is kind of cool. Yeah, I was a newbie, man. Like straight.
When was your first cigar?
Okay, cigar with cigar filling or
Okay. Now, when did you smoke your first wrapper?
okay.
When did you smoke your first cigar? And then when did you first?
I've been here. I've been a member for what, 5 years, probably about.
Hang on.
Right before.
Was your first cigar here?
No, my first. I consider my first real cigar experience was here, when I truly sat down and said, "Okay, let me sit back, think about what I'm smoking." As Pop says, you taste something and it triggers something in your mind, like, okay, this tastes like wood. This is cedar. You start thinking and going through the complexity of the cigar. I mean, out of all the cigars, I would pick the one with, like, as people say in the flavor world, 32 different flavors in one cigar. So you see the cigar-scape print out of it, and you're like, I don't taste that at all.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chocolate
no way.
cake. I
No
don't
way.
think it
Where,
would be there.
where is that? No.
No.
So yeah, I was a newbie when I came through the door. One of the things that I always look for in a lounge is just because you guys have spoiled us, like the hospitality. Like you guys are like the Chick-fil-A of the cigar world.
Thank you for saying that.
I mean, the shit's a cult. Like how Chick-fil-A Monday through Saturdays around. Yeah,
Yeah, it's around the building.
It's like I can't. Like I probably have lost a few friends because I'm like, I'm not going to that place. Shit, no. To places that won't be named.
But you travel a lot,
I do.
and so now you have this point of reference
Yeah.
wherever you go.
And one of the things is though, you guys have taught me although I may walk into a humidor and not see a principle, but I know some of the aspects of what a principle has in it, so I'm able to ask the right questions to get to that same cigar. There's been places I've been, somebody's recommended something, I'm like, thanks, but I'm probably not going to finish this cigar.
That's the challenge. That's the real challenge, is because, and I made a poor recommendation on Saturday. We made it right, but every store has a different area, which has a different palate, which has a different connection with the manufacturer. And I thought for sure this was going to be the perfect, but it wasn't. And for people who are in a lounge who maybe just, fill in the blank of any cigar line, this is the best cigar that exists. This is what I like, so this is what I'm going to recommend to you. We saw that at a big lounge in Florida. Of everything they recommended, it was shit.
It wasn't.
I remember not being able to finish.
Yeah, they weren't really asking us questions. They were just like, I'm a bigger guy, and all of a sudden he just thought that I immediately wanted a 60 ring gauge cigar. I never smoked 60 ring gauge cigars. So he wasn't asking questions that was going to put me in the right cigar. He just was quick to recommend.
Yeah.
And, that doesn't always make it the right suggestion.
It almost never makes it the right suggestion. And that's what we want to instill with our team, right? It's like, had that guy taken an extra few minutes to just care about what you want, care about your experience, and deliver something that maybe he misses the mark. But then you can say, this isn't quite, it's not quite hitting. It's our responsibility to understand what you want and deliver you the best experience. The worst thing we could do is just, I like this, so you're gonna love it, go with it.
Yeah.
And then you get home, you go, maybe it's your second cigar. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. It's dirty, it's nasty.
I did watch you the other day. I do like on Saturdays to be able to, once the rush is done, to sit down and just be a customer for a little bit. And I watched you help two people, a couple. Yeah, the girl got a cigar. Yeah, the girl got a cigar that I think she probably thought it was going to be on, and she smoked it. You went over and talked to her, and it was kind of missing the mark. But it was, without saying, I had my reds and stuff on, so they knew that I worked there. But I just watched this unravel, and I watched you talking to her, and it was obvious the cigar wasn't the right cigar for her. She was having a problem with it. Brandon goes in, gets another cigar. Let's try this. Explains it to her, cuts it. She smokes the first puff. It's just like, oh yeah, this is it. But what was interesting was when Brandon left to go get it, the communication between them was, is he going to get us another cigar? Yeah. And you come in and give him a cigar, and then went back in there, and they're like, just give that to us. I mean, when you talk about making it right, most of these shops would have said, hey, catch it before you leave. It was $10.
Yeah.
It was just, no, we're gonna fix it.
And that's the difference. You're not, like I said, you're not in the business of cigars. It's more so of the experience. It's one of those things where you have people come in and they're like, man, I love that place because they walked me through what a cigar is. They talk to me about what my palate, what my desire is in a cigar. And that's the biggest thing. It's the customer experience.
Yep.
It's like, that's when I tell people, they're like, dude, ICC? I was like, there's no other place to go.
Yeah.
But you guys have kind of spoiled me though. So I'll go to other lounges and I'm expecting.
Well, and I want to ask a question to that, but I see Brad McGaw is a new ICC family member, new staff member. And I hope you're watching and listening to this to just hear from Derek's perspective. And this perspective is how important it is, the overall experience. Our shared purpose, right? It's not, our shared purpose is up. It's the first thing you see when you walk in there. It's not, we are a company that sells cigars so that way people can enjoy themselves. No. We create community by providing the finest cigar lounge experience for people of all levels. That's what we do, period. It has nothing to do with the cigar. It has to do with the experience. So where I'm curious, and I do want to dig this a little bit more fastball, is when people, if you hear outside, because unfortunate where we almost have an echo chamber of just the people that love us. We hear some stuff that people don't dig us, but what are some of the things that you hear that people go, oh man, you're going. What are some of the perceptions that you see that might be a challenge?
Shit.
And that's a hard question, especially with us sitting here. But I don't really care because we have to be the best we can be.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. I think it's sometimes the one thing that I've heard is some people maybe came in, had one bad experience, and they kind of let that dictate the fact that they're coming back or not.
Yep.
And
Makes
so for
perfect
me,
sense.
I'm just like, well, maybe you should try it again. I don't know. Sometimes you have to deal with the person. Maybe that person was having an off day, or they didn't understand what you were asking, and you didn't.
Or maybe we didn't do it right. Maybe we didn't perform.
Or you didn't understand, what was just maybe a communication issue. Sometimes that's one of the biggest things in anything. Because you got literally from the time you walk in the door, you develop a semi-relationship with the person within 5 seconds to try to get to that, what they want, what they desire in a cigar. And sometimes you just miss it. And you just say, give it another. I just always say, man, try again.
Yeah. I mean, and when you think through it, it's like last year we had north, I think this is what the number was, but I think we had north of 4,500 individual customers, something like that. And that's sometimes where we're gonna miss the mark.
Most definitely.
And as long as our heart's in the right spot. But yeah, I agree. It's easy to walk away from a place if you have a negative experience.
And you could have a negative experience. Just maybe you sat down next to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And you could have a negative experience from the person where people are laughing and chuckling, and it's so loud that it's annoying, and it ends up ruining the meal. It's not the restaurant's fault. It's just the people were having a different time than I was interested in. But so I think it is an environment, and that's kind of the risk you run, and but it is what it is. So as it relates to cigars, when you first came in, did you realize there was a cigar lifestyle? Did you know that there was a cigar lifestyle?
I had no idea. I did not.
How long did it take you before you went, oh, this is a thing. This is a culture.
I think I came here for maybe about a month, and I was like, wait a minute, all these people got their alcohol in the locker. I was like, shit, I need a locker. And then you become a regular, and you start to make friends, and you start to make relationships with people, and in those relationships over time, kind of become family.
Yep.
It's like Brandon said earlier. We went from the lounge to hell. We mountain bike, worked out together,
play golf together.
Golf, exactly.
Yeah, and we didn't just go mountain bike.
We almost died. I almost died. I don't know what everybody else did, but I felt like I was gonna die at some point. It was gonna Bobcat was gonna come out of somewhere. But
Where's that? Mountain biking?
Yes.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is I don't mountain bike like at 3:00 in the afternoon.
No.
You woke your ass up at about 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
To be there before the sun was up and we were on the trail.
And that's scary for me.
It's scary for everybody.
Because I'm like, I wear glasses.
And then you see the rock drops. And
that
no.
part. Yeah.
No, it's so cool. Where I'm curious is, was there a point when it clicked? Was there a point, I don't know if I have one, where you go, holy shit, this is a culture. This is a thing.
I think I realized it when we had developed, I just thought we had developed friendships and we all had something in common. And then once we had decided to do this and got thrown out of shop A, and then got thrown out of shop B, and then ICC
B
became,
can suck my dick.
Yeah, B can suck it. But and it's been a long play, but we're getting even.
Yeah, this is about to be even.
So, but the interesting thing is, but shop C became my backyard.
Yeah.
And that was where I realized this is so much more than just a couple guys smoking cigars and hanging out. And to me, when it really went to the next level was once we got here, we became close with so many people. And I think it's like diversity creates, when somebody, or not diversity, but adversity affects somebody's life, and you see how this community comes together,
Yes.
that's when you realize that this is much more than just a bunch of guys sitting around smoking cigars. To watch people come in and help others in their time of need was just, it's been unbelievable to me.
Yeah. Was there a time for you? What do you think? And I don't want to derail you. It sounded like you were rolling on something, but
Well, it's one of those things where, like Pops said, you know, your time of need. But the unique thing about the atmosphere and the family that's been the ICC family is when they know you, they pick up on your need without even having to say anything. Because they're like, man, something's not right. You know, it's like, I haven't seen X, Y, you know, like I haven't been here that much lately. Everybody's like, dude, where you been? Blah. You know, so you go through that, how you been doing? You know, so your family picks up on it. So that's the unique thing about being a family member.
That's
Not
an
even gonna say
interesting
that.
perspective, because
Yeah.
if you don't see somebody for a while, the first question, everything okay? You doing all right? You know, what's happening with your life?
Yeah.
They're not, you know, just wanting to know if you got any cigars in your locker so they can borrow one.
yeah, there is a genuine connection. And I saw Clutch, Isaiah Collins, who came in on Saturday. I haven't seen him for a year, more than a year. And when he came in, it was beautiful because the first thing we walked in, I was busting his balls immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I went, oh my goodness, we almost didn't pay rent because your ass wasn't here.
Yeah.
it was, but you get that camaraderie side of things, whether you're a male or a female, and I see that with the ladies too. The Lynx ladies come together, and to see more and more couples coming in, I think there was that. Nick and Cassie, who were in on Saturday, you had a couple who came in. They were obviously out of their comfort zone, and they were welcomed in.
Yep.
And when you see that, and I know it's a broken record because we talk about it all the time, but I hope everyone else sees that and feels it the way that we do, which is when someone comes in, it's like, oh, new kids in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Bring them in. Hey, I got some toys. Come play.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, you want something to drink? Everybody's just, you know, you're offering up. I remember Ron gave me after that Cigar 101, he gave me a one shot, one kill. Shit almost killed me. 'Cause I didn't know.
Ron's watching right now.
I didn't know what he was giving me at that point. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I'm like, shit, Ron, what are you trying to do? You know, and he gave me, this was back when it was hard to get the Casa to run 1880s.
Still is.
He gave me a first generation one the other day on my birthday.
We did smoke them.
What was funny, so Larry and Julie came in from LaGrange, Missouri, 10.5 hour drive. It's funny because Julie just got done saying hi to Kathleen because Kathleen's on and they're saying hi to each other. They met, they came in for 4 days just to hang out with us. And it was such an incredible experience because they got to come in and see what they've been watching.
Yes.
And then found out it was real.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
We're not paid.
Yeah. No.
There's no compensation for this.
But what was interesting, so Larry, these guys sat up here the majority of the day, and everybody got to know him. And I just started seeing Larry had an ICC cigar box that he just kept. No, actually, somebody gave him a Patoro XO box, and he kept opening it up, and it was just fuller and fuller and fuller with cigars. And come Saturday, now they got here Wednesday night, so come Saturday, he's like, I've only paid for like 4 cigars since I've been here. And he's got more cigars than anybody. So everybody just kept going, trying to really one-up everybody else with something special.
Yeah.
I had to go home and get something out of my humidor and go, oh, I'll show you sons of bitches.
But you one-upped.
So I one-upped everybody, but it was the amount of appreciation and stuff that came out of it was just such a cool experience.
You see it. You said it today, or maybe it was yesterday on the call, where I want people to feel like they're coming into somebody's backyard, because there is that feeling when you come in. Boy, I hope they like me. You know, you go to everybody, and once we did that when Cameron, I don't know if you've met Cameron, but he had his first son not long ago, a few weeks ago, and he was in NICU. He was a little bit early, and Cameron was talking. He's like, I kind of want to come in and I'd like to buy a box, for everybody to celebrate. I went, why don't you just come in for a cigar?
Yeah.
And well, you don't need to buy a box. And he, instead of buying a box to celebrate with everyone, he walked out like it was Halloween.
Yeah.
He just walked out with this bag of cigars. And to watch that occur is so refreshing.
Yes.
It's so easy to stay. I don't know if you've seen this at other lounges. I see it and I get frustrated as hell. But there's a certain cigar lounge here, and the owner here is known that if you ask him, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Miserable. Terrible. He's known that way. And many people become fatigued by this.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, there's only one person to blame if you can't enjoy having a business that you smoke cigars with.
I have to tell my DC story.
Oh shit.
So I had heard so Derek starts coming in on a regular basis, right? He's always sitting up front. He's always working on his computer because you're in IT, and either that or you're hacking our system. But or both.
Those were not my photos.
I have everybody's passwords.
That's good. Perfect.
Safe.
My password is, but which letter is capitalized? That's how I trick you. But so one of the guys I was sitting with said, that's the dude over there that was smoking an ICC house stick at another shop that was relatively close, and the owner went up to that person and said, what are you smoking? I'm smoking an industrial cigar stick. And he goes, well, then why don't you go there and smoke it? And they told me that they pointed at you and they said it was JJ. So I walked up and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. And I go through the whole thing and I said, hey, I heard you had a bad experience over at another shop and whatnot. Man, you're welcome here. And
what's going through your mind at this
so
moment?
at this point, so everything's good, right?
I'm saying,
No.
So now, but here's the thing.
A bad experience at another lounge.
And I'm the guy that she's like, fuck it, I just want to go back.
Yeah. So then, fast forward a couple of days later, he and I are having this long conversation.
Yes.
And I'm referring to him as Jay. The whole conversation. The whole conversation. And he finally just goes, hey man, my name's Derek. So I go back and I said, see, here's the deal. I had heard this story and they said that you were JJ and you had this bad experience, this other thing. So you're JJ.
Yeah.
From now on, you're JJ.
Pops is the only one.
I'm the only one that's allowed to call him JJ.
Anyone else for sumo wrestling. So,
That's it. That's it.
Oh man! So this is just a little bit of a tell from Julie and Larry Adams. Julie said it really is a family. Larry says everyone came into the lounge, walked up to us, introduced themselves. Really is a family. It's not just a business. And what did JP say here?
I'm sure.
The other shop is a family. Oh, he just called out the shop. He just thanks JP. As long as we didn't have to do it,
JP will always do it.
JP will always toss that right out there. So.
Yep.
The question is, JP, do you know Shop B that can S my C that we got jumped out of, that we got kicked out of as well?
Shop B.
Shop B, we got kicked out of 2 shops in a week.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was,
Damn.
I heard you guys are opening up a shop. We didn't even have a lease signed yet.
Damn. Is it?
And if that's the case, then this is
the city that starts with the A and ends with an N?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a little city in the neighborhood.
Let's just keep moving here. If you can guess that shop.
But they
What's up,
basically
Marty?
said this is the last cigar you're ever going to smoke here, and we were.
He was
I guarantee
double
you, we were 50% of the business.
He was double charging.
Yeah.
He had a different price for us at the counter that was at least 2x of what it was inside the humidor, and he said that's the competitor's price. And we said that's how it is. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Let's just make this the last.
Wow.
So, no, JP, no, that's so funny because I'm guessing that's the shop that you were guessing.
Yeah.
No. So welcome to this is Cigar Talk. This is
this is Bag on Other Retailers Day.
If you have questions, fire them in.
Yeah. Let's do. I got to ask you this question. I'm a virgin with pipes. Have you ever smoked a pipe?
No.
Have you ever had a desire to smoke a pipe?
You know what? I was talking to Ted out there, and I saw him with his pipe. I was like, Ted, you look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I smelled his tobacco, and I immediately put that down. I was like, I don't think I want to smoke this.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty
whatever
good.
he has, it's strong.
It's pretty good.
No, Ted will smoke burnt tree bark.
Yeah, I was thinking something
Yeah,
worse than that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but so we have Tyler and Ted, both of them are pipe experts. We never got into the space because we didn't know it. We're not going to sell something we don't know. These guys know it. They know pipes better than we know cigars. I can tell you that 100% confidence. So we've brought in pipes, we've brought in all the different tobaccos and stuff like that, but we're still not going to put it out until we can have everything prepped to do a pipe 101.
Nice.
So we'll have like 5 different tobaccos. We'll have a corncob pipe because it's disposable in a sense, and then you can kind of see if it's something you want to get into. But it'll be about $30, and you'll be able to have
That's it.
a
It's
lot.
$30 to get into it.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's a good barrier of entry.
and it's just
$30.
to be able to try this stuff and just. Apparently the enjoyment is the proper packing and use of it, and I'm just oblivious to it. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's cool. It's an absolute pain in the ass. But when you accept the fact that it's a pain in the ass and you're always touching it up and you're always working through it, it's really cool because the flavors are in the wheelhouse, but substantially different, which is a weird thing to say, but everything, you still get something that's familiar, but different. I don't know the best way to put it.
Yeah, and there's some extreme flavors, and some of these guys are talking about vanilla cheesecake and all this other shit.
But what's cool is what we're bringing in is not like the cherry, blueberry, all that shit. It's real old school, like Partagas 160 level tobacco.
Nice. I'm definitely down.
It's definitely worth
$30.
doing.
I mean,
Yeah, you try it and you may like it. Elliot's already bought a really expensive pipe. Jay Scott bought a pipe that was, I think, a couple $300. We're going to sell pipes that are kind of in that $70 range.
that's more.
And then we'll work away.
You know, if somebody wants to go crazy, they can go crazy. But
what's cool is 52 ring gauge is a corncob pipe, so you could just stick that right down there and smoke it on the corner.
Yeah, and it's so funny because Andrew has some temporary teeth right now in the front, so he can't smoke because he bites down on it. So he has the corncob pipe and he sticks a cigar inside of it and now it's down on it, and he smokes a cigar in the pipe.
So you're just gonna tell the whole world Andrew got false teeth, right?
He's got false teeth. Well, he's had false teeth since we were about 12. I kicked him in the bottom teeth, so he still has fake teeth, but I kicked out allegedly 6. I think it was 6 teeth on the bottom.
Yeah. Plus, and then he ran into some bleachers after doing a layup one time and knocked the 2 front teeth out.
Yeah. So poor fella.
I see why he started golfing.
Yeah.
He's a much better golfer than
Thank you, Zach Patterson, for calling out my incredible English and vocabulary. It's the same, but it's different, but it's the same.
It works.
That's the best way I could describe a pipe, though. It's the same, but it's different.
But it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to get into train sets, is what they say.
Nah.
In the what?
You don't think so?
No.
Like model trains.
No.
You remember the conductor?
Oh yeah, no, I remember the conductor.
No.
The weirdest human. You can't even. We can't even tell the story about the conductor and have it even make sense to anybody. It was so freaking bizarre.
Yeah, we should. Let's go ahead and pivot and move on. What's next? Because if we get into this, it's going to be a 30-minute.
So we're doing that, and then an upcoming show, which will actually almost have some Cigar 101 element to it, but we have a wide spectrum of ways to cut your cigars, and a lot of people just think it's straight cut, V cut. Some people are really hip and they know the trilogy, they know the punch, but we've got some really cool stuff that's in and coming in that we're going to be exposing. So we're going to talk about the 7 or 8 ways that you can cut your cigar.
I have a story for that already.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I'm at a cigar lounge. So I have a torpedo. And I remember the day we were here for the Derby event. You cut it at a slant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I need a straight cut. So the lady looks at me. They want to cut it. I'm like, I got this. So I go in. I start doing this. You know,
You're gonna cut it out.
The reed cut. Yep.
Yeah.
So I immediately hear one of the guys that's working behind the bar. He's like, "Oh, he's about to mess that cigar up."
What an asshole.
I'm like, "Wait a minute, dude. I've been trained. I got an ICC train card.
I got
I did my cigar 101. So I do it, and they're like, "Oh shit, what is he doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is so it goes up into your palate. You can get the flavor." I'm educating them, so I appreciate that for you guys.
Well, that's
And
interesting.
they all looked at you like you were an alien.
Like I was crazy. No, I got this.
They probably
Yeah.
to each their own. But you know what? I lost a little bit of faith in the tobacconist handbook. One, just reading the first couple paragraphs, I went, "Oh, wait, this tobacconist thing isn't quite what I thought it was."
Yeah.
I thought it was like the holy guide for it. No, it's just a guy that talks about
It's
it.
just a
lot.
guy that's talking
But
about
one of the myths is the reed cut, the angle cut. They say the myth is the angle cut changes the experience, and the reality it doesn't change it at all. To which I say, you wrong, dog.
false.
I believe so.
It makes a
It's-
massive difference.
When
to
you
this.
take it up and then you turn it around and smoke it down, it's two different cigars.
Yes.
completely.
Yeah.
I can't even smoke a torpedo that with the regular cut anymore.
No.
I'm just, that's the.
And most people really struggle with where do you cut on a torpedo.
that part.
It's so much of that tobacco is packed in there, so cut too close to the top. The experience is going to be a really tight draw because you're trying to fight through that packed tobacco.
Yep.
And then if you cut the whole torpedo off, but no, I have a tendency to gravitate towards unique shapes like torpedoes and Salomones and some of those, because we know from the tours of the factory, the best rollers are on the unique shapes.
Yes.
And typically that
Who's E-Weezy? JP, who's E-Weezy? What do we got? Jesus, what's up, Brian Early? What's happening? We're just moving along. JP's hot on the comments right now. If you have questions, feel free to fire them in. If the question is what are we drinking, it's right here. We are drinking the Lone Elm single barrel. This is some good shit.
It is.
Oh, you know what? I lied. 16, but
94.
still
It tastes like 94.
like a 94.
I'm sticking with that.
I'm with you. This stuff is really good. Lone Elm, we're going to be
smooth.
working through some cool stuff. It has a little bit of bite to it, but it's with purpose.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't taste 116.
No, there was some
You
stuff
think
we
about
drank
116,
before.
you're just like, oh,
Yeah, I'm usually if I'm seeing triple digits, I'm staying away. I want to go down.
don't be scared.
Nah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Same with the cigar, right?
No, don't be scared.
Like that DC Equalizer box press. I was scared.
That'll
of that cigar.
scare
I'm
everybody.
gonna be
and
straight.
it's so good.
It is chocolate. It's
I need
So
to get
smooth.
It is. You're smoking a Hershey's chocolate kiss.
Seriously, I
It
gotta
is
get one.
unreal.
yeah.
And the cigar that it replaced that's sitting right next to it, we call it Soul Glow.
So
Because when you take the last cigars out of the box, they are so oily that it's left the oil peel. So even Jaman, the owner of DC, calls it Soul
Soul
Glow.
Glow.
Yeah.
I'm just coming to America. I'll just
Yep. Yep. That's just picture it. Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what that is.
Shit.
Oh no! I think it's probably worth saying, if you do plan on coming into the lounge the first time, and you haven't watched Coming to America, I would just recommend doing that before you get here, because you just might not fit in.
Who hasn't watched Coming to America?
I don't know. There's probably
I
a lot of
think-
people in Frisco Square that haven't seen it.
I don't think so.
That's my opinion. But if you can't,
you should do an Instagram poll or some kind of poll. Have you seen this movie? Yes or no?
that's it.
That's it.
And then the follow-up question, did you like it or not?
no, we don't even.
If you liked it,
you can
come on in.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like one of those questions when you want to join a private page. It's like, have you seen this movie? Yes or no? Yes.
We should make that for newbies.
Yes.
Cigar newbies. Have you seen this movie? If not, then see you later.
Cigar Newbies just hit 800 members today. I'm glad to say
Nice.
that. Report that on a very select group. We've probably had another 150 that have tried to join, but they didn't answer all the questions. and out, and we've had several people that get in there and start hawking all this Chinese just dog shit accessories, and they start hawking them in there.
I'm still waiting on my $2 Oakley glasses. I'm joking.
You can get them. You can get them from the same guy that's with, what's it called? 2dcigars.com. $2cigars.com.
$2 cigars.
Yeah, and there's this guy that comes in that he posts this deal. Comment if you'd like this shirt. And it's the same photo every time. And Sean Ratz, I think, has counted how many different aliases.
Oh, he's got the guy, the guy with the case that says, I just bought this case, I really like it. If you want to see how you can save 80%, click here. And then it takes you to this Chinese site, and you know they're just selling your credit card information. So, yeah. I mean, it's just, it's bad. And then I did some digging on these guys, and they're out of Turkey, and it's bad. And Turkey is above Russia when it comes to hackers, as you know. Yeah. So it is, yeah, we delete those guys with extreme prejudice.
What? Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, JP says, I click every time. You never know. You might stumble into a good deal. What's up? Brian Baldwin is in. You know, what I'm curious is, so you're moving up to the Detroit area.
Yeah, at some point. I'm in Little Rock right now.
You're in Little Rock right now. At some point, you'll make your way to Detroit. What are you going to miss the most?
The lounge.
No, not. I mean, obviously the lounge, but the people.
It's
right?
the atmosphere. It's the camaraderie. It's like everybody knows there. It's my cheers.
It is cheers.
It is cheers.
Yep.
Everybody knows your name. You walk through the door. You know, you come in. You speak to everyone. Walk up, get your cigar. Speak to everyone. It's your cheers, man. It's like one of those places where you almost could walk in and your cigar could already be in your chair because they know what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you said everybody knows his name, but then they're going, when I yell, hey, JJ, and they're like, man, I thought his name was Derek.
They don't hear JJ.
No, that's just between us.
No, I completely agree. So you've got that, and that's going to be tough. It's almost like you get a new puppy. You know, you've trained this dog your whole life, or the dog's whole life, and you get through, and the dog passed away, you get a new puppy, like, shit, gotta start over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you get Havana.
Yeah.
My dog, who's a bitch. And you're going, man, I wish I just had Hallie back. I wish I just had this dog back.
That's why you just go to industrial.co.
Oh, there it is. So just sit on the patio.
See that plug?
Yeah.
Send that check, Brandon, please.
No, but for real, smoke that. That's delicious. No. Seriously, smoke that.
This is a principle. Bad principle.
I remember asking you about those.
Yeah,
you know I'm on their website like every day. I'm like, what's new?
That's a bad principle. Those are not for sale in the States yet.
No.
Smoke that.
Okay.
I've smoked 2 today.
But you know what I'm jealous of, though?
What's that?
I saw something today when I came in the lounge, and I hugged it. It was like I'd seen a treasure, you know, at the end. Like
Night flight.
No, it wasn't even that. It was that humidor.
Oh, the principal humidor.
That someone got for their birthday.
Somebody got it for their birthday.
You got it for your birthday.
Yeah.
And that was sealed since when?
Like 05 or something, or maybe it was, I don't know. It's been in there for a long time.
And my first question to buyers is how much, and can I go ahead and put it in the cart now? He's like, I don't know. He didn't have any idea of what was going on. I was like, okay, I'll give you this for it. He's like, I don't know.
So that's why buyers texted the group and said, hey, can I move this humidor to the back so people don't think they can buy it?
It was all me. It was all me. Anything with principle on it, I wanted.
Yeah.
That's just
you and I both. You and I both.
I saw it and I was like,
All right, here's the deal.
What's the deal?
Don't move,
all right,
and I'll give it to you.
Really pop.
You move, you can't take it out of the state.
Damn.
Look at the doozy, seriously. Okay, so I could call my boss tomorrow, explain to him I have to stay here,
Yeah.
and then show him a picture of the humidor.
They'll understand.
Ron said it was 2013.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Look at Chris. Chris is bragging about he smoked the bad principle.
Oh, he smoked it? Oh, damn.
He cuddles up pretty close with with Darren when he's in your
I do
house.
the same thing. I'm just cuddled up, just going, what do we got?
I gotta go hang out with Darren, man.
Yeah, it's a good point. He'll be back.
I still need some passport stamps. What is going on with that? Am I just bringing up stuff?
It's technical.
Technical?
Did you not have your? Did you not
I
come?
still have my passport.
You have your passport?
Oh, yeah.
I'll stamp. Were you were
I
here
got
for
all of them.
You were here for. Oh, good point.
Yeah, I got all
Good
of them.
point.
That's all right.
That's a good point.
Just my birthday. That's all right.
I got in Saturday morning. I was like, oh shit, I missed something.
Do you think? Everybody was really quiet.
Yeah, everyone's
It
quiet.
was. It was
50
like,
yeah.
I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
It was a packed house and it was crickets.
86 people here that night. This thing was rocking.
Yeah, it was. And yeah, Rob Goodwin coming in. I've been waiting over a year for Bad Principle. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
It looks like this,
Yeah.
but he's smoking it.
Keep waiting, Rob. Sorry.
Sorry.
Evan's coming in from Hannibal, Missouri. Tuning in late.
Tuning in late? Well, welcome
How's it
in.
going?
Glad to have you in.
So Evan is friends with Larry, and they're all going to fly in December. It's going to be a big old couples vacation.
Which is one thing that you need to make your way here for. December 11th is Night at the Factory 2. You can blend your own cigars on the spot, and you can have your cigars sent to be produced.
Nice.
So
You
think
can-
about it.
You can have it produced on the spot so you can taste it. And then if you like it,
I just got one
you can have it
question.
made for
Can
you.
I get it rolled like a Cochon?
So here's the thing: is the next time we're gonna bring in Dominican tobacco,
Okay.
some San Andreas tobacco.
Nice.
Right, this last time was a lot of Nicaraguan. We're gonna bring that scale back so you can get to something that's unique, and it's really what makes the Cochon so unique is that binder. You know what that binder is? It's
Yeah.
Yamasol.
Yamasol.
And it's a different thing because Davidoff's Yamasol, since I don't know how it retails, I don't know if it retails in the $30 range, somewhere there.
Yeah, probably 20,
Well,
30.
when they were going through the blending process, it was actually Hendrick and Darren who taught Davidoff that this particular tobacco works better as a binder than a wrapper.
Rapper, yep.
So usually the wrapper is the quarterback. It's the
Yeah.
star of the show. Davidoff continues to run with the Davidoff Yamasol, and it's just the ugly cousin binder. That's the beauty of that stuff. I would love to see if we can get our hands on that. That's for sure.
I'm sure you can make it happen. I got faith in you guys. Darren, we need some.
Darren, help us out, brother. Help us out. Get us.
Now there is a cigar that I'll show you that he gave me for my birthday that apparently have been sitting around for well over 10 years. That the little package of them that he had, this like package of 20,
Yeah.
got beetle infested, and there was only one that survived,
You have the only.
and I haven't.
It's 400 feet long.
It's like this long. I mean, it's 4 hours, easy.
No. The Grand Pyramid is 4 hours.
And then
That
this is
is-
5.
Yeah.
Really?
The cigar is this long. It's
I'm still hanging on to Angel of Mercies.
if you got 4 hours, that's a good way to burn them.
Yeah.
Angel of Mercy is really good.
That is an amazing cigar.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, since you started coming here, what's been your favorite, most memorable event that we've done?
It has to be, man, it's hard to just pick one. But I will say the one that I really enjoyed was the rodeo.
Rodeo was
Getting
fun.
Skippy's big ass on that bull.
Shit, I about pulled my. I tried pulling him off. I about pulled my arm out of the socket.
So that was hilarious. It took us all of a minute to get him up there. For him to last
yeah.
like 3
Yeah, it was
seconds.
you and I that were. I had one hand. You had him like under the hand
ass cheek or something. Maybe
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like.
I was filming. Yeah, I've got that.
part. Yeah, that was.
Man,
that
that was-
event was amazing though. That was a great
Really?
event.
That's the one that's most
That was a
memorable.
great event.
Did you do the Hack Fest golf tournament?
That also. Well, I was there. So about hole 4. Yeah, I went through about 2
That's that's why they sell you 12.
Yeah, because about hole 4 I was done. I couldn't tee off for shit.
That's because Klaus sits up there like the pusher man,
He was.
and he gets you all
and then-
those.
Then here comes Edgar,
Yeah.
rolling around, dropping off tequila and cigars. I mean, how can you pass that up?
You know what we did with him? You know how we did that? We showed up to the hole. He showed up to the hole he was going to sit on at the table. We just left the table there. Nothing was there. Nathan, he said, hey, you got any liquor? No, we don't have liquor. Nathan left the course, drove here, got all of our bottles of liquor from here, dropped them off to Edgar, and he was just driving around like the Mexican Santa Claus, just getting people liquored up, which he'll do again this year.
I'm excited about this year.
And my thought is all cigar vendors who are willing, they all need to have their own cart that they can just drive around and go hand stuff out.
I like that idea.
Just have it like Mario Kart of cigar vendors.
So we still have liquor. I mean, we have multiple liquor vendors that will be there.
We have to keep them. I think we need 10
every
tables.
Every few holes.
Yep. Yeah. It's gonna be every 3 as it breaks down.
You gotta stay hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated, and people were very hydrated after that event.
Yeah.
A lot of hydration going on.
The rodeo.
The rodeo, man.
Rodeo was good.
That was good. I mean, you guys. I mean, it's hard to pick just one though. All events are good.
I'll tell you what. Friday night, when we set up the craps tables and set up the Las Vegas stuff, that's a blast.
Casino night is just so much fun.
Casino is so much fun.
It's so much fun to hop onto a hot roll and know you're not going to actually lose cash, but you can learn it. You can have fun. There's still that camaraderie element.
Yep.
Smoking cigars, you're going through. I'm going to be honest. When I lost that money in Vegas, granted, it was like $50. It wasn't fun.
No.
It wasn't fun. You play so much more conservative. But then when you just bet big here, it's like, just 500 to play the field.
It's just a chip. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, but then
they're just different colors.
Yeah, you just hit it.
It can't be any worse than my Vegas experience. I don't gamble. So I'm like, all right, I got $100. This is my spending limit. I'm just walking around. So I sat down at the $50 minimum blackjack table. I lose both hands real quick. I'm like, oh shit, that's it? I'm done. I gotta go. Okay.
$100.
And I didn't even get my free drink.
We had a friend of ours lose more than that. He lost more than that in one hand. And it was for the brother's 21st birthday. We went to Vegas.
Really?
Which we learned a lot of things. One, don't show up to a strip club with a suit and cash in pocket. They know where the cash is.
In a limo.
It goes away.
I have a story for that too.
Go ahead. Yours is better than mine.
It might be. It might be. So we're down there playing a softball tournament. I'm a big softball guy. One of my teammates knew the guy at the club, so we show up in the limo. We walk in. All the girls are lined up. We're like, oh, we get to, we get to pick. No, they were picking out the suckers. So they picked one of my teammates and asked, did he want to go on a tour? He didn't know what a tour was. This dude ends up in VIP. Maybe 1.5 songs later, 2 bottles of champagne, $800 tab. And they have his ID.
No.
Yes. So one of my teammates is an attorney. He starts talking shit. All of a sudden, like 8 to 10 Nathans come out in black suits, surrounds them. For me, I'm nowhere to be found. I don't know where I was at the point. I'm just hearing about the story. So yeah.
So don't show up to a strip club in a limo.
In a limo. No limo.
And don't take the tour.
Don't take the tour. Say no. Just say no like they taught us back in grade school.
See, I taught my brothers where to put the dollar. So you got to know where to put the dollar so you can make that's a value decision. I helped them.
What's funny was we had this whole 20th thing or 21st birthday thing all set up. There was like six or seven of you guys. So I had it set up so that they go to the strip club. And I told my guy that got everything all hooked up, I said, look, I want them to go have fun, but I want them to be safe. And he's like, oh, no, we have they had an SUV that had 4 guys in it that just followed them around for the night. They didn't know that they had.
We didn't know.
They didn't know they had security that followed them around.
Wow.
Just to make sure that nothing was going to happen. Because one of those guys come walking out with the wrong person, and it was going to get dealt with Las Vegas style. So,
oh, man.
Yeah.
We got the real JJ in. We got Stephen Green coming in. This is the first time I've seen I would say a comment from Stephen Green. Welcome in. Taxation is theft. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll move on to the next. Yeah, I think there's
Come again? What did he say?
taxation is theft. Also, JP coming in. I think he's drinking some Lone Elm with us. Anyone ever notice how a kangaroo is a deer version of a T-Rex?
Yeah.
Valid. Look,
Yeah,
JP, you've been turning it up lately. I gotta say.
Yeah, no,
At least he's not talking about balls.
Exactly. I mean,
JP's. He's way past
his
balls.
comedy, his comment quality has really increased
Wow.
lately. What do we got? We've got.
He's doing a lot of hallucinogenics. Now that this whole mushroom thing is legal in some states, he's doing that.
Good for him. It's helping his comment game. Sean Rad says, there's an escaped wallaby running around in my hood. It's been on the run for 2 weeks. So that's Texas for you. Also, what happened the other day is there were a lot of people just unloading horses in front of the house. And I thought, what in the fucking hell is going on here? So I walk out there, and there's this little kid. I say little kid, but he's a farmer. So he's maybe 12, but this kid has seen life. And he's going around with rope in hand in Little Elm, Texas. 2 of their cattle have escaped into my neighborhood. So now they have I don't know what the correct term is, but I'm going to say closest to like maybe a clan of horses.
Yeah.
Going through 15 horses searching for a couple of cows, to which they roped, they got it down, full-size cows, and got them roped up and put together. So only in Texas can you have a cottonmouth, a pet cottonmouth that's on the loose.
No, it's a cobra. Yeah, it's cobra.
A wallaby on the
the
loose, and a couple of cattle.
Somebody's cobra got out.
This is
Why
within
the
a
hell-
20-minute drive
Why
of
the
here.
hell do you have a pet cobra?
Because Texans are assholes. There's also gators on Lake Louisville because Texans think that that's a cute pet.
Gators out there now?
Well, they
Yeah.
probably brought it from like Louisiana or someplace and just thought this would be good.
And then it got big, and then it ate the chihuahua, and they said, well, just put it out in the wild. The wild is my backyard. And so that's what I think about when we get on Frank's boat,
Yeah.
is whether the gator is there.
Wow.
Welcome to Texas.
What was that movie? Lake Placid? That's all I can think of right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm just waiting for Anaconda.
Could you imagine that coming around? I mean, I don't want to see snakes, but if I saw a cobra, nope.
Actually, gators are native up here. This is the Australia of
buying
the
that
country.
shit.
I don't
for a minute.
think so. I had that debate at home in Arkansas. I was sitting on the river smoking, hitting golf balls in the river, just wasting money because I didn't have shit else to do.
It's
I was
Arkansas.
Like, I was like, I wonder if there's gators back there. So, you know me, I'm bored. Go get my AR and just shoot in the river. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Disturb the fish and all that. I don't know if I ate anything or not, but I didn't see any gators come up for the next few days, if they're there.
Do you have gators in Arkansas?
I don't know.
We had up in Nebraska, we had a bull shark that made its way all the way up the Missouri River.
JP can tell me if there's gators in Arkansas. JP, let us know, please.
JP, are there gators in Arkansas? He said it's just, if I can just take a second, I cannot believe people are still sitting here watching this.
Why?
No.
I'm here.
That's
Oh.
true. You're compelling. It's very compelling.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and the pink is popping out in this in the shot.
It's
too.
nice against my skin tone.
Yeah, yeah, it works very well. And you've got the clear lens. You got
Exactly.
Oh man, no, you got this thing going.
You
It's
got
working.
you got the shine on your head like I got going on.
Where's my makeup person?
Makeup.
We need a little dust. And here's the thing: is no one has actually asked a question,
I know.
which makes me concerned for everyone else. Which is because it tells me they just kind of want to sit here and smoke a cigar
Well, they're gonna smoke a cigar anyway.
and hang.
Might as well just listen.
We've got Marty Upton, must see TV. All right, JP. coming
I
in.
noticed you guys are close to finishing your glasses, which usually is a sign that now's the time you should have more.
More.
No, I can't have more. That's 120 almost.
It just gets entertaining at that point.
Yeah. that's-
We did one when we took down almost an entire bottle of scotch,
Seriously.
and it was
Oh, that was with Regis.
with Regis.
And that got that just off the rails.
If you had a British accent, I would be down to kill this whole bottle with you. There's no doubt
You
about
need a
it.
British accent?
Yeah, because they use the word piss for everything.
Piss?
Like he's a good piss. That's
Yeah.
more Australian, but
that was that had
All I hear is
you
good
know.
day, mate.
but he's a good piss is like, oh, he's a good guy. It's a good piss.
I've never. Wow.
There's so many streaming shows now that are based out of the UK, and I don't know if it's just me, but I have to put on the subtitles because I don't understand a goddamn word they're saying.
Yeah.
And it's English, but I just have to like, oh, okay.
You know,
To the store.
what's
All right,
what's tough with being married to Ale is Ale has to really think about. We have to watch everything in subtitles. She has to really think about English. It's and I empathize with her. But there's one show I've wanted to watch forever, which is Peaky Blinders.
Really? So you just should be like, bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
And she thinks she can do the accent, but she can't. It's really bad. But we can't watch
You just said a British accent. You gotta drink more. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, you just let it just.
We can't watch Peaky Blinders, even though I want to watch it,
It's
because we got like 4 minutes in, and she's like, "What is happening?" And I was like, first off, I don't fucking know what's happening. Second off, I can't translate this whole thing. So
No.
Peaky Blinders, I'm sure it's good, but I'm not watching it. Oh, and you know what? You know where JJ's working?
Wolf.
Wolf Burger.
Yep.
Nice.
Man, I
Yeah.
need to make a trip down there. JJ, why don't you keep the shop? Why don't you keep the place open till about 10:30, and I'll come down and grab a burger, please. Will you keep the place open till like 10:30 so we can come down and
Just
get a
get
burger?
the keys. Go down and fire something up.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a serious question. Can you stay open so we can come down and get a burger after we close?
He's worked there for a week. I don't think they've given him the keys yet.
Shit, what kind of place is that? You should get keys after the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's it.
here it is. Don't burn the place down. Let's go.
I didn't realize Wolf tasted so good. I mean, it tastes a little like coyote, but yeah, it's good.
Good meat.
Yeah.
Good meat.
Wait a minute, that's actually Wolf down there?
He's the most. We have few members that are as gullible as him.
I know, right? I'm really like, what the
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah. I wanted to mess with him so
family
bad.
show.
I wanted to mess with him so bad when we were playing golf because he was good at hitting houses and stuff.
I'm great.
And I
at
just
that.
wanted to come up with like, dude, we got to go now because this. I mean, you get 3 to 5. I wanted. And he would have been like, go, man, go.
And also, I do want to publicly apologize for my game on Sunday. Because I played this weekend.
Oh, shit.
And we played for money.
I'll never.
And it was Pops and I, and we played Jim Russell and Brian Rodriguez, and they were busting out a lot of Fireball.
A lot of fireball.
A lot of Fireball, and I just want to apologize because I think the loss is solely on my shoulders.
You put a little bit of pressure on a couple of those shots, and I didn't come through on most of them. So,
But I am now hooked the fact that we could play with, some keeps to it.
yeah.
Because I'm definitely down to play. Now I'm hooked.
That's
Yeah.
how it's fun. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Once you start,
$5 a hole, you keep it simple, and that was
talk about me and JB were playing against Pops and was it KO that day? So we go into the back 9. I think we were up maybe 6 strokes.
There's no way you lost to KO.
Oh shit, we imploded. Then was it the 10th? Shit, we lost all 6 strokes in one hole. Neither one of us could get the damn ball over the water. At some point, I was about to say, fuck this. I'm just throwing it over the water.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. We actually have a question here.
And it's a great question.
Okay. It's actually a really good question. Zach Patterson asks, here's a
Almost
question.
set up.
What is the best description y'all can give the Engañoso wrapper on the Crux Limitada? So I'm curious where you guys go with this. I'm curious what you can, how would you explain the Crux Limitada? Maybe not the wrapper itself, but how do you describe the Limitada?
I'm gonna give him the consultant answer. Let me just go confirm that. I'll get back with you. In
Yeah, that's
24 hours.
Yeah, that sounds billable.
That's definitely billable.
No, the Limitada in and of itself, I think, it's a very elegant cigar. It's very clean. It's got great age on the tobacco. The wrapper is on another level. I know you can explain. You've been to the factory, so and they have basically cornered the market on that particular wrapper because they bought it all. But it's the age of that wrapper that is what makes that thing on such a different level.
Yeah,
And people don't, just so for the newbies out there, wrapper, that leaf, mine is starting to peel, but the wrapper is about 40 to 50% of the flavor. So we talk about wrapper a lot, but that wrapper, is a very special wrapper. It's not real peppery. It's not real oily. But a lot of that would be gone anyway because of the age of that tobacco.
You're exactly right. So the way that Ingenioso translates into English is tricky. And the reason why they named it tricky or Ingenioso is because where that's from, and it kind of straddles the line between Condega and Jalapa. And where it sits, that wrapper in particular, in that tobacco that comes where that region is it's supposed to be very strong. It's supposed to be very intense. It's supposed to be something that is not a very approachable wrapper particularly. But why that's tricky is because you get elements of depth to that you don't get in other Cruxes. There's depth, there's balance, they're obviously phenomenal cigars. But what you get with the Limitada is multiple things happening at the same time. So what I would expect to get out of that Ingenioso, and particularly with the Limitada, is a tale of multiple stories at the same time, where you can kind of feel this, if I'm to make an analogy, you feel this kind of Breaking Bad storyline happening, where there's other things happening when the wrapper takes the kind of the keystone to it, and then when the filler does, and when it settles down about halfway through. So all the way through, what I would expect is you get this little ring, you get this little bit of bite, which you shouldn't get out of something that's this old, but you get a tobacco that works exceptionally well with the blend that they put together. So everything is subjective. What you get is what you get, but for me, I get this little pop, but then it just gets out of the way, and that's what I enjoy most.
When you say it rings your palate kind of like what cinnamon candy would. When cinnamon gives you that, is it hot and spicy, or is it just taste really good? But about 10 years ago, Crux bought all of the wrapper, and then every year they would come out with the Limitada, the PB5. PB is peanut butter, and that has to do with Skip Martin, one of the owners of Roma Craft that assisted in the blend, creation of the blend.
He gave the binder.
The binder?
That's what.
So they call it the PB5, but they bought all of that wrapper. At the time, that was 7 years ago, and that wrapper was 10 years old. And then every year they would do 1,000 boxes. Some years they would do 500, and it was boxes of 10, and they would just make a limited run of it, and it was a once-a-year deal. And now that wrapper is 17 years old, and it just sits on top of some great tobacco that comes out of Nicaragua, out of the Plasencia farms, and it's just really good. And now with that new short Salamone, you get at the beginning where that thing starts, has the little nipple and it kind of bellies out. You're just getting all of that wrapper coming through the front door. It's really, really good.
So with that, I think we need to stop here because that's actual real cigar content.
Yeah.
So
screwed things up.
Yeah, we're gonna throw off the flow. But JJ, Derek Coleman, DC,
that guy.
Appreciate the hell out of you being here.
Man, it's a pleasure.
And thank you everyone for taking your time. Obviously, you have nothing better going on to join us.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, and we love you.
That's it.
And we'll see you later.
Most definitely. I might be back on the show.
Ooh,
you're gonna have to.
Ooh, I hope so. Until then.